Baltimore Flava Radio.
I can't with this guy.
Oh, he just wanted to be a heckler. He's trying to heckle me. He threw me off for a minute.
Sucks. Fire that guy.
I think mine is better than yours.
Yeah, definitely. I hate.
He'd be like, and we're back on Baltimore Flava Radio. RadioOnFire.
So that's your job from now on. Your job is to bring us in and take us out every week.
Cool.
So Jen just got a phone call from Ozzy Osbourne. So we got some exclusive.
I gotta call Dame though. You gotta give me Dame number. You need coaching on this. It's not easy. It's not that easy. It's need coaching. I'm gonna get some pointers.
Be like, bro, for real. I've already stole your calm.
Practice my safe.
Lower your seat a little. Lower the mic a little. Lower the seat a little.
Oh. Shots fired.
He's going.
Tell Jen you gotta pay these so she can say.
He went for the. And then fight one of the relatives of the kids. You forgot that part.
Don't fight.
You forgot that part. All right, man.
Say of Dave's replacement. Really? DR.
Dr. J.
Y'all some haters, man.
Oh, Dr. J. DRJ.
I'm popping then.
That's foul, man.
I'm gonna follow. I gotta get Jen to shout me out on her Instagram so I can get some followers.
I got you.
I'll be house.
Be ready for the overload because they're gonna come in abundance.
I need some shout outs.
All right, man. We are back. We got my man Quinton Randall in the building. Welcome to Baltimore Flava Radio, man.
Thank you.
I was talking to Jay last week when I told him you were coming on, and I said I got my first experience of Quinton last year at the Crown Awards, man.
That was a dope show.
And yeah, it was. And I had.
How many panties you got that night?
He got the drawers.
I'll let Jay answer that.
But it was
shout out to Jay.
It was funny though, man, because that was for me. That was a don't judge a book by its cover moment, and it's funny because I didn't really know what to expect. But when you started, I was like, "Damn, this is definitely not what I was expecting." And
that's great.
Yeah, and it was an awesome performance, man, and just. Like I said, I've been a fan ever since, man. So I'm glad
I appreciate that.
Made the
connection. We appreciate that
and got you up here.
Speaking on behalf
of the Cleanse. Yeah.
The Cleanse.
Shout them out real quick.
Oh yeah, shout out to Jay Funk. Shout out to Jay Funk, the drummer. Shout out to Radio Rom on bass. Shout out to Forte on trombone. Shout out to Noah Stone on violin. Shout out to Morel. That's pretty much the whole band.
He wanted to bring the whole band on tonight. I was like, bruh. Oh yeah.
Bro, yeah. Jay was excited. Jay, he played at the Kennedy Center last night. He was pretty excited about that.
Oh, with Bangla.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I saw the video, man. That looks
okay.
Good,
I gotta check that out. I ain't
gonna lie, yo. Shout out to Bangla because of Bangla because I told him that I did a show with Bangla and it was at the Kennedy Center.
Okay.
So now I'm like, I need to be there with my band. Like, but Bangla's that guy. Like he knows a lot of people, but he's real like on the back end. Like he just like, nah, you just come in. Yeah, man. Just, if you need, I got you.
Sit
but
there.
Then he'll see you that call, like, hey,
sit there and play.
I need you on my set. And I'm like, where? Oh, it's in London somewhere. Like it's nothing. Like it's nothing to him. So, yeah.
And he'll show up.
Yeah,
he'll be there.
I will show up.
He'll be there. Yeah. Shout out to Bangladesh. He was here 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, that's what's
2 weeks ago. Him and Anonymous. They
shout out to Anonymous.
Real dope. Yeah, they got.
She knows that.
They got the joint coming up at Picasso's in a couple.
I'll be there for that.
Yeah,
I'll be there for that.
So, how did the Cleanse come about, man?
I wish Jay was
Did
here
you
to
just,
tell
did
that.
you just give the wave like, hi, mommy?
I always give the wave because I want people to know that I actually can see them. You know, and I can see them. Like I'm not just like a statue.
Right.
It's funny. I wish Jay was here to tell the story because Jay won't tell the whole story. Jay'd be like, man, he kind of just snatched me up, forced me into the band because I was making an album. The first album was called The Cleanse, and we didn't have a band name. Jay is the one who came up with the band name. That's later on in the discussion if you want to know. And I needed a band, and I really wanted to put out an album. It was my first album, and this is about 10 years in, and I ain't had no album. So I'm like, I owe it to myself to actually put an album out just for my own personal benefit. So I was like, well, who can I get? My bass player, Radio Rom, me and him done gigs together. We played with other people. You know, we kind of have that loyalty thing like, hey, if they need a guitar player, you're my first choice. If they need a bass player, you my first choice, just off of loyalty. And that's not to take anything away from anybody else I know. And he jumped on board. And then I think I met Thais, the keyboard player. I think I met Thais. If I remember, I think I met her at a show. I think it was Artscape, but I can't remember it because it's been so much. But I think it was at Artscape. And then it was around the time. Yep, it was at Artscape. It was when the Wailers played, and that was pretty dope. And then I told her what I was doing. You know, she was down. She was like looking to play with other bands and kind of get out more. She had already done some stuff, but she was trying to get back out in there. And my very first song that I played, that was funny enough, it wasn't on the album, but it was the song that made me think like I need to write an album. The very first song that I played that is on the album, and the name of it is called The Life. Noah Stone, the violinist, we go to this open mic every last Friday of the month called Be Free, hosted by Love the Poet. And I said, hey, you want to just jump on? And I played it. And at the time, it was in a different key. It was slower. And when I played it, he just did his thing. And that's kind of like how that was born on that end with him. And my trombonist, Forte, he wanted me to play. He has a band called Forte, the letter 4, TAE. And his band is more like neo soul, jazzy, more along the lines of jazz, but real good jazz. Like, or if it's like Robert Glasper type stuff, so they kind of take it there, which I like. And I played with him a few times because we need to keep a guitarist, and I'm like, I'll be down because I support him. And then we just jumped on each other's tracks. And Jay was kind of the guy I said, hey, I needed a drummer, and it was like, well, at the time, Jay and my bass player was playing with Don Trump, so I met Jay through Don, and then all of a sudden I said, yo, you think you can, just be on this for this album? And I really didn't give him no time to think. I just like the next week I called him. I said, yo, we got a gig. Can you be here? You know, it was a paid gig. You know, everything was good. And that's kind of like how everything was born in its totality, each one individually, you know, because everyone has a great backstory to how everyone came about, you know, so that's that.
I'm sorry, man. We're trying to get this Facebook Live popping back.
Oh, Facebook Live?
Yeah, they were saying they couldn't hear us.
Oh, can you hear? If you can hear me now, just send a lot of likes.
Yeah, send
them. I can see it scroll across. What did they say? Somebody said, "Is that your phone?"
Is your phone volume up?
Yeah, it don't work. I got it on my phone, and it's not.
Yeah, it's not the phone volume. That's never the case.
It's Facebook.
Is Facebook doing an update or something?
I have no idea. Bro.
Oh boy.
Hey, look.
Facebook about to do this
Jen already had the news, but she just didn't want to tell me.
I'm gonna just tell them. I'm gonna just tell them to go to the website and tune in. But talk a little bit, man, about what made you pick up the guitar from the beginning.
In a nutshell, it was 2005. My father died in 2003. I needed an outlet, more like therapeutic reasons. I ran into a guy named Kevin Robinson. He played guitar. I met him at a recreation center around the corner from my house. At the time I was doing poetry, I had like maybe 2 good poems that I knew was dope, but everything else was just easy, blah, blah, blah. At least that's how I looked at it. And I wasn't that good. And I just wanted to hear myself on the records, just on the recording. So I went to him and I recorded. But while we would record, I just sit and talk with him, and then he played guitar. So he'd just play and I just sit down. And then I asked him one day, I said, if I bought a guitar, would you teach me?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah. And at the time, I was working at a really good job. I was working at a restaurant. I was a sous chef. Sous chef / waiter / dishwasher. I was like,
I've had one of those
like
restaurant gigs before,
on that,
right?
real. Yeah, so the money I was getting, I could easily like afford to get a guitar. We went to the pawn shop, got a guitar, we got a nice little small amp, and the rest is history. You know, I did it for therapeutic reasons, and I just so happened to get good at it. That's really all.
Was you always a guitarist? Though?
Hell no. No, I wanted to be a carpenter. I love working with my hands. I love manual labor.
How you figured that out? Like
what, this?
Yeah, because like guitar? I mean, you know, most people they start out like I have one at home. I only played it like once, and that was it.
I wish you had it because I can give you a lesson right now.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, is it cool if I give him like a 1.5 minute lesson?
Absolutely.
All right, let me give you a lesson.
Oh, you're giving like real. Oh.
I teach, man. This is what I do. Yeah.
He finally comes through with the.
All right, so back up. All right, so look. I want you to hold this pick, right? Now we only focus on. I don't know what the green was at.
See, he had different colors. See, I was paying attention.
So the string right here, right from the bottom. Just stay right here. The bottom of the string. This is the thinnest string, right? Take your hands up. So this is called the high E string. What is it called?
High E string.
High E string.
High E string.
Come on, man. He just told you.
Hold on.
It's low.
I know. Hold on. Now put your thumb behind here, right? Now I want you to put a dip in your palm. When you put a dip in your palm, it's like put the dip in your palm like this. Bring it down. Right? And then bring your hands a little closer. Now just press your thumb up against it to keep your hand straight, okay? Now this right here is how you hold the guitar, right? Now we're focusing on which string is this again?
This is the E string.
There you go. Now, the exercise I'm gonna show you how to go from E to E on one complete string.
Okay.
All right. Now you gotta really pay attention.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna let you know right now. First graders do this. First graders do this, and they learned it. Okay.
I got everybody on Facebook.
Yeah, you got everybody on Facebook watching. All right. So look, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna see if I can really condense this. Everything in the alphabet on the guitar is from A to G. After G, it repeats itself. So it's no A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. It's none of that. It's from A to G. Every time you get to G, you start over. Okay? Now, what you're gonna do is this. You're gonna hit that open string.
The open?
Yep. Hit it open as you just plug it. Take your finger off of it.
Oh, hell.
All right. Now hit it. That's an open string. That's an open E, right? Now, what comes after E? In the alphabet. There you go. F. Now, E to F is what you call a half step. A half step, which means that you put your finger down on the very first space, which is right here. So if you put your finger down right here, use your thumb, spread your arms up. Just like that, okay? Using your hand, use your arm up. There you go. Now press that down. Use your thumb. Now hit that note. That's F. All right. Now what comes after F? Now, from F to G is a whole step. Now, E to F is a half step. That means that's the first space, right? So if I say skip a space, where would you end up at? There you go. So now press that down and hit that note. That's G. Now what comes after G? Remember I told you?
Man.
Hold on.
You said you go backwards. I forgot.
Yeah, so you start over. So every time you hit G, you start over. So A, B, C, D, F, G, A. All right? So we on G, right? Now what comes after G? Now, G to A is not a half step. So that means you got to skip a space. So that's a whole step. Show me. There you go. Let your thumb go with you, though. Now press that down. Hit that. That's an A. Now what comes after A? Now you do the same thing. You do a whole step. Show me what a whole step is. You skip a space. Right there. Now press that. That's B, right? Now B to C is the same as E to F. So instead of you skipping the space, you go to the very next space. Show me. Hit it. Do it again. That's C. From C to D, it's not a half step, it's a whole step. So what you do? There you go. Show me. Hit it. Press it down. There you go. Now that's D. We at the last one now. So from D to E is not a half step. It's a what?
It's a whole step.
Show me. Look at your hand. Look at your hand. Look at your hand. You was just right here. You was just right here. Yeah, so if it's a whole step, show me. There you go. Now hit it. You just played the whole guitar right there.
Wow.
What song was that?
It wasn't a song.
It's called learning.
Hold on. Hold on. I want to make sure people understand what he just did, though, because that's a big deal. You not only did you learn what this string is, right? You learned that E to F and B to C are half steps. And you know half steps is the very next fret, which is this, a space. And then you learn that everything else is a whole step, which means you skip a space.
Right.
That's a lot right there.
How much are your classes, man?
Coming live in concert.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that off the air. You know?
Coming live in concert, making his guitar debut in about 2 weeks will be Jay McGraw. Jay McGraw.
I'll be rapping and playing the
so
guitar.
That's what I
did
do,
you
though.
go through, and that was actually dope that you did that. Did you actually go through the concept of learning that yourself, or?
Well, the teacher taught me me, the guy Kevin Robinson taught me for a year, but he taught me 1 day a week for a year. Now, maybe like later on in like the half of that year, we weren't linking up as much because our schedules were starting to get a little like not falling in place. But really, he just showed me how to he showed me scales and he showed me chords. Like scales is just like if I'm fooling around like this. But I love scales. I hated doing chords because you got to use your hands, press down. And at the time, my hand wasn't strong. But the way I just showed him, that's the way I would teach, because the idea is that I'm not going to give you something difficult. I'm going to give you something that you can learn, because that lets, not only does that break the ice, that lets you know that you can do it. Okay. It's not really hard. People overthink what they want to do. If you kind of just relax and just let it go, you'd be surprised how fast you pick up. Like, God forbid, and I hate to take it to a extreme, but if somebody was holding a gun to your head after I just showed you and said, show me, without you thinking, you'll know what it is. Yeah. And the more, if I find you thinking about it, the more I'm telling you, don't think. I'm like interrupting your train of thought, because you're supposed to learn is to forget it, because your hands are nowhere to go. Like, this might be the first time you learned this, but I tell you right now, he might not know the letters, the alphabet, and he might not know that if you go to G, you start back over. He would know where his fingers go, because there's a certain familiarity that he felt with it. You feel me? And that's the whole point. But I didn't learn in that way. I teach everyone to learn that way, because it's not hard to learn the guitar. It's not hard to learn any instrument. You just gotta find a way, find out how people learn so you can adapt to them, because you know what you need to teach. Right. They don't know what you teach them. They don't know nothing about this. So how can I adapt to how you learn? So I can show you. So and that's also about making you feel comfortable as well.
How long did it take?
Even though you was just put on the spot.
Right. Good job, Jay McGraw.
Give him a clap for that. Because he was like put on the spot.
How long ain't trying to give my claps. Come on.
How long did it take you? How long did it take you to just get to that point where all of that just became second nature? Like the steps, the half steps, the whole steps.
Well,
putting that concept to the letters, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, it's one thing for it to get to a point where as though I know what I'm doing, and then it's another thing where as though I'm like, I absolutely know what is going on, and I know what I'm playing in, like far as scales. But I started getting in that nice little lane of just knowing what I'm doing and being confident when I would sit in the house and I would put on BB King Bluesville, and I put on smooth jazz, and I used to always go back and forth. So smooth jazz, everything that I learned from Santana was good on that, and everything I learned that I didn't learn from Santana really exposed me to how bad I sounded. So the more I started playing to both of them, I started getting a feel for like how to develop my voice. Because really, if you develop your voice on the guitar, that's what makes it easier. But you got to know why you're doing it. I wasn't a singer when I started. Right. I just wanted to be like an instrumentalist, because I wasn't checking to sing. So it's like I got to figure out like how can I continue to play and not bore people. I like how can I keep people engaged with what I'm doing, but all I'm doing is doing like little notes like that. You feel me? So but after a while you get used to it. You get like half step wise. So if I was to play like something in a minor scale, like something like that, or
Yeah, he did.
Just messed my head up, right?
But but I mean, like it's a lot to it, But when you like forget all of that, then you start understanding like, oh my God, mind blown. I can see how it's connected, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm starting to see how everything is connecting, but that's on a whole nother level of like music theory. Yeah. And I didn't go to school for this, so like I'm still learning.
So when you first started, like, did you like watch songs and try to play along with them?
Oh yeah. I used to listen to a lot of R&B and rap and just play to them in the house. This story, man, like cause I live down Lexington Terrace, so I'm like right in the hood. So a lot of dudes I know that first saw me playing guitar when Lil Wayne Lollipop came out, everyone would play that, and I would play to it in the house. But then somebody saw me play to it every time they see me, they're like, "Yo, can you play that song again, yo, that you did?" I'm like, I don't know what I was playing, yo. But like, that's kind of like, let's get an idea of like what not to do when I'm playing, But
yeah, because I mean, if I was to try it, I would try to play, I guess, towards some stuff. Yeah. That way, when you go to like clubs, you could do some covers.
Right.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How do you feel now that you just learned that on the guitar? How do you feel?
I feel like I want to learn more.
I think I was going to say he's hungry. Like
I need to come to the class.
That's great, man.
Because just to be able to pick that little bit up,
yeah,
in that amount of time is kind of crazy to me. And like I said, that little
testament
run he
to him,
just did.
That's a testament to him, because what makes it easier to learn an instrument, you got to want to learn it.
Right.
You think about it. If you want to learn to sing, or you want to learn to do something business related, or know about business, or be a real estate, if that's something you want to do, it makes everything else easier to process. Right. But when someone's like giving you something, you don't want to do it, it's just not going to be, you might do it if you like a kid, you might do it for your parent, but you ain't going to really like engage in it.
Right.
And you gotta, especially with children, because I teach first graders.
Oh, okay.
What I do is that I teach them every Monday and Wednesday. My last day is tomorrow, and we're performing in front of people. And what I do is that, what I've noticed that if I come in on Monday, and then I do Wednesday, and then after Wednesday, they got all these days in between before I see them again. So every time before we even start, I ask them how was their week or their weekend. Because the idea is that, like, even though I'm teaching you guitar,
sound like us.
Yeah, even though I teach you guitar, I'm like, I'm asking you, how are you doing?
Right.
Like, talk to me. Tell me, like, how you doing? How was your day? And it's like 22 kids. And I go through each one individually. They got enough time to tell me, and then we go on to the lesson. And then by them being little, and these guitars are not, like, the best guitars, I got to take a break so their hands don't hurt, because I don't want them to think like it's always like a drill. Oh, we got to do this. Hold it. They children. You got to give them time to be kids. But then when I do that, just like that, they learn Mary Had a Little Lamb, and they know every string on this guitar, and they know half steps and whole steps. And they're going to do all that tomorrow. And I'm going to record this. I am going to record this. That's going to be dope. Yeah.
He's going to tag me in it too. He'll be like, see, they got it.
You could have done this is what you could have done in first grade if you would have
You'll be here soon. That's
Sign
goals,
up for my
man.
classes.
That's goals, man. Yeah. Career goals right there. Talk about your influences on the guitar, man.
Oh, on the guitar.
Like who is the like
you know what?
If you could do a set with one person.
You know what? I'll give you a set I'll do, and I'm not naming nobody famous. Naming everybody local. Brooks Long is my influence. He's a singer, songwriter, guitarist. Miles Gannett from Fractal Cat. He's a singer, writer, guitarist. All these are phenomenal guitarists. But I want to say they're all around musicians, because I'm a guitarist, but I'm a storyteller. I'm a musician. I'm a performer. It's whatever. So you got those two. You got Asa, the frontman guitarist of Slow Lights. Him. I can't remember this guy band. His name is Jordan. There's a good chance he could definitely be the best guitarist I ever seen in Baltimore, hands down. There's certain things that he do that I was checking for to learn myself, and when I see someone doing it, and like he's like right there, like in the same city where I can like, oh, I know him. I'm like, yeah, you feel me? Because I mean, realistically, I can name a whole bunch of people, but and I've named them a lot of times. The only reason why I want to give love to local, because it's at a point now that I'm big in I'm helping to big up
Yeah.
Baltimore and local talent. It's like, look, these people are famous. I know I'm gonna play with them one day, so I'm good. But I'm like, these people, I play with them a lot, but I know these people personally.
Yeah.
It goes bigger than just who are my influences, because they also people. I'm like, I try to put myself around great people. It's one thing if you put yourself around someone and then you see them 2-3 years later, and you still keep in contact, but you're not around them as much, then they're kind of still in that same boat. I like to put myself around people who have a goal. Even if your goal is not met, I know when I see you, you got a story to tell me about what you're doing now. So these people, not only are they great musicians, but they're great people in general. So it's like I put myself around that. And a lot of people, and I've noticed majority of the time, Baltimore don't get a good rap for like just how great individuals are.
I say it all the time.
So
man.
yeah,
I say that all the time.
One of the few though, you feel me?
Yeah.
I'm still one of the few. It might be only like maybe 6 people we can name. All of us individually, but it's like it's like nah. Brooks Long, Miles Gannett, Asa, Jordan, guy named William Soul. He looks like John Legend. He don't like it when I say that. It's just so many great guitarists, but that's just to name a few.
Okay.
Does
the Cleanse have any projects coming up?
Right now we're in the album. We are in the process of recording our sophomore album, 3rd album for me.
Okay.
This one is going to be more musical. The first one was I had to put it out, so I was a little stubborn in the making of it. Just like I had a set go, I was like, nah. Even if it doesn't sound right sonically, it's on me, because I need it to be done my way. At least that way I can look back and like, okay, I messed up, but I did it the way I wanted to do it. This one is going to be a lot more musical. I'm a lot more open. He knows Jay, so he knows how Jay is, being an engineer and being a producer and being real, specific. Funny.
Specific.
Jay is like the greatest story. Jay is like the greatest storyteller, but his metaphors be so out there. But it makes sense until you gotta wait till it comes to the heart. I didn't know that was his father. I knew his father before I knew him. I knew his father before I knew him. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I ain't gonna say his father. I don't know if you want me to say that or not.
I want to meet this guy, Jay, now, man.
Okay, well, his father is Carter James. Carter James, the last time, at least that I know of, when I knew Carter wrote a song that I was hearing a lot, it was around when Jaheim had that year he came back.
Yeah.
He wrote that song for
Okay.
Jaheim. But he has a whole bunch of other bands under him. But I knew Carter James through Terra Cafe, that whole years ago. And then I've done a couple gigs when we met each other. We'd be in the same circuit. And then one day, our very first gig with the band, The Cleanse, everyone was there. I see him and Carter walking up, and I'm like, I'm not putting it together. I'm like, I see him walking up. We musicians, we know everybody. So I said, hey, what's up, Carter? I said, hey, what's up, Jay? And I said, Jay, I said, you know Carter? He was like, yeah. I said, oh, I didn't know that. He was like, yo. He's like, Carter, what's going on? And he was like, and he said something else about Carter. I said, like, how long you know Carter? He was like, it's my father, yeah. I said, no, it ain't, yo. No, it ain't, yo.
That's kind of the way I was with Bangla and his father the first time I met.
No, Bangla and his father look alike. Let's just talk.
I didn't get it the first time.
Look alike.
I definitely didn't get it the first time I met.
But then I realized like how old Jay is. Like everyone in the band is up there in terms of like the gap between me and them. So it's I mean everyone that's in the band is older than me. So it's funny. And Jay's the oldest. But yeah.
So you gotta make sure you keep us in tune about when that project might be dropping, man.
Oh, that I'm looking. Well, I'm going to have the CD release at a theater. I already got the theater booked. It's just that I'm trying to figure out a date. I wanted to have it on my birthday. No, I wanted to have it on my son's birthday, and then I was like, all right, I have it on my birthday. But then the date that he gave me is like a week before my son's birthday. So I'm like, okay. I don't want to say the date yet because I'm like, I'm one of the people. If I say the date, it's happening. Right. But it's a CD release in the theater. That's my first time saying this, so a lot of people don't know.
Exclusive.
First, it's going to be the CD release is going to be inside the theater. I'm not going to put it out there yet. It's going to be inside the theater, and what's going to happen is that it's going to be 2 bands that's going to open for us, and after each band, like each band get like an hour set. After each band, it's going to be a 10-minute film. of the recording process of the making of the album. And then after the second band is going to be another 10-minute film. But that 10-minute film specifically is going to focus on the songs and how they were made that we're about to play right then and there. So people can get the backstory of all the songs. Shout out to Keston. Me and him did a documentary years ago. He's the one doing the video, and he's my videographer for the whole project. So he's getting everything, all the footage.
The yeah, okay. Yeah.
I can't never say his name right.
Yeah,
so
the Cato, something like that.
Yeah. I got suckered into doing the Crown nomination for videographer, and then his name came up, and I was like,
Keston. But yeah, but yeah, it's him. And then I can say this now: the name of the album will be called "Like We Never Left." You know, when you see the album cover, it'll give it a lot more true understanding to it.
Quick question though, I run into this all the time with like my artists, but it's like something about birthdays that every artist want to release a project on their birthday.
Well, I didn't want to release it on my birthday. That wasn't my first choice. I wanted to release it on my son's birthday, just because
the meaning behind it.
Yeah, the meaning behind it, like he'll be just turning 1, and I'm like, you know, it's one of those things. I'm like, I didn't want it on my birthday because the last 4 years I played on my birthday, you know, and I'm like, I just want to relax. Yeah. But the only reason I said my birthday because I'm like, I just wanted to keep that. Well, my birthday is in December, so I'm like, I could have just moved it later. December 11th, just to give me some cushion. 4th, yeah. My son's is November 11th, so that's and also because his birthday is 11/11, and I had 11 songs on the album, and you know that whole 11/11 theme. So I was trying to stay true to that. I might still stay true to that though, but yeah. But the birthday thing.
I always wanted to know because it's like, why?
No, I'm gonna be honest. Some people just do it because they know it's another reason to kind of promote the event. Yeah. Because realistically, like you're not really gonna have fun on that day. Not like you want to. Right. Because you won, especially because you gotta think if you're putting a gig together or putting a show together on your birthday, that means you have to control everything. That means you have to look out for the bands. You have to make sure everybody on time. That's too much going on. You ain't really gonna enjoy your birthday. Right. Yeah, like that'll make sense, you know. Yeah. So
that's what's up, man. I'm there. I don't know where the theater's gonna be.
But just shout this out right now. I have tickets on me for a show August the 14th at the Idle Bar. We're featuring for Rock the Mic, and a lot of, if not all, the songs that's going to be on the new album, Like We Never Left, preview will be played that day. And some oldie but goodie covers. I'm this close to debating because I was singing it in the car. And I'm gonna tell you right now, don't ask me to sing it right now. But I was gonna we had to do this old school showcase. So we learned LTD Love Ballad. No, I had to do a wedding and I had to learn LTD Love Ballad, Shalimar, The Loving You, Kim, I Can't Stop Loving You, Bootsy, I'd Rather Be With You, all these U's. And it was another song, but with the band, we played Love Ballad by LTD and we played Kim. And I'm debating if I want to play Love Ballad at the show just to really give them a very, this is different moment. Yeah. Because it's like, you know, you go from blues to something that's kind of like blues with the originals, and then you go straight to like the oldest song ever. Like, you know,
I like that though. Yeah, I like that. So give everybody your social media, man, because I want to hear you pluck this guitar.
Okay, my name is Quinton Randall, but if you really want to find me, because I'm Googleable, just go to your Googleable. Just go to your social media, Instagram or Facebook. Just type in hashtag Baltimore Blues, and that's everything that you'll see of us. Pictures of everyone that's associated with us, that supports us, as well as video, pictures of the band, and each of our individual pages. But my name is Quinton Randall. You can also find me there. If you have trouble finding me through Baltimore Blues, go to Baltimore Blues _ on Instagram, and you can find me there, and I will find you. Don't worry.
He will find you.
Yeah.
I got somebody just read, and my message just said they need you for something this weekend. So I don't know what you're doing, but I'll let you know.
Hey.
Okay, cool. Well, shout out to that.
Booking when you do that to us. So
yeah.
We get
go to RadioOnFire@gmail.com. Go to go to RadioOnFire@gmail.com to discuss further details.
Nah,
That's how those automated messages be. I hate that.
but we'll make sure we connect them with you, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate this.
That was in the contract when you came on the show.
They ain't see that part.
That's an
Read the
invisible
fine
contract.
print.
Yeah. But I do want to say this because I know a lot of people, even if, because I might not know y'all, but I definitely want to say first and foremost, I want to say thank you for supporting Radio on Fire. Thank you for supporting everyone that's up here, but also thank you for even tuning in to listen to me, because I know how easy this could not happen. So I always make it be known, like, hey, I appreciate everybody that's tuning in, even if what I do is not your cup of tea. You feel me? It's like at the end of the day, you know, I like your support. So yeah,
definitely. All right, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate it, man. So we just want to let you sit back and do your thing right now, man.
Oh man, well, are you gonna get a new song? One of the
songs.
songs.
Hold on.
There's a backstory behind this song. We'll make it real quick. Yeah. Me and my bass player, Radio Ramadan, we were on our way from Radio Ram.
I thought he said Radio Raheem the first time when he mentioned that.
Radio Ram. Well, his name is Ramadan.
Okay.
But I just gave him the name Radio Ram. Huh? Yeah, he is.
No, that was
short for
ramen noodles.
Yeah. So yep. Mm-hmm. So we had to do a Prince tribute at the Creative Alliance, and at the time I had a lot on my plate, so I wound up getting the days wrong. So the Prince tribute was on a Wednesday. We got there on a Monday, and I didn't realize it. And I was like, "Oh, yo, we gotta go, yo. This is not the day." I was like, because I got there, I'm like, "Why ain't nobody here?" So we leave. It started pouring down raining. Right when we came around the corner off of Fayette and MLK where I live at, we saw this white guy and we saw this white woman running in the rain. And we know what was going on. And I don't have to say it.
Right.
So this song came out of that. It's called Downpour.
Wow. That's just an interesting story for a song.
I saw him running for his life. She was not too far behind. It was a stormy day. They both were dressed like strays. I'm talking about downpour. I'm talking about downpour. I said downpour. I'm talking about downpour. Heavy rain. Here it comes again. Boy, got to stay dry. It's almost time. I'm talking about downpour. I'm talking about downpour. I said downpour. I'm talking about downpour. Why so tense? Can't wait to get your fix. You see, it all makes sense. Take your pick. Don't get the crack wet. I said don't get the crack wet. Don't get the crack wet. I said don't get the crack wet. Thank you. Yeah.
So,
Oh my God! Thank you so much. Oh my God!
so Jay, you're responsible for learning that little run that he did before he came back in with the chorus. Wait with I need you to have that by next week.
I was trying to study.
I said, what?
We had a video
What
up
do
so
I
you
gotta
can
do?
copy it, and I
I
don't
know-
know where
I-
you're gonna get the guitar, but I need you to play that next week.
We've all seen Last Dragon before, right?
Yes.
So this is a funny thing to me. Remember when the guy was like, "There, only there, where you find the golden glove." So when he said you was looking at me, I'm like, that's what he was thinking. Like, how can I find the golden glove?
Oh my God, too funny. Hey man, definitely appreciate you not only for coming but dropping an exclusive on us tonight.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what it is, man.
Yeah, man. I'm about to hit up this blues jam. Shout
Yeah.
out. Oh, I just want to shout out the Wednesday night blues jam hosted by Scott Reeder, Gerard Sweetwine. That's his name. It's a pimp name. I don't care what nobody say. But it's at the American Legion Hall off of Fleet and Ann Street. They have it every Wednesday. So once I leave here, I'm going straight down there. If anyone just wants to hear some good old fashioned blues, bar blues, great blues, slow blues, great harmonica players, play, just come down. It's a free show. You ain't gotta pay. They got a bar in the back. It's a nice environment to be around cats who just genuinely love to play.
Free admission and a bar, yo. What you doing after the show? Hey, that's Quinton Randall, y'all. Let's give it up for him, man. I definitely appreciate you, bro.
Oh, I can't remember the address. It's at the American Legion Hall off of Fleet and Ann Street. Yeah. American Legion Hall.
All right, man. Dude, definitely appreciate you, man. Come back and talk to us sometime. Give us some more stories.
Oh, yeah.
Give us some more exclusives. All that good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you lucky I would have gave you another one.
That's what's up, man.
It's like real dancing. It's like my only song is like, oh, this is like a happy song.
Nah, you got to bring that one back. You got to bring that one back.
Hopefully I can bring the band in here. The band can fit in here. Okay, I'm putting it out there. The band can fit right there. I'm looking right at it. Yeah. Yeah.
You heard it here first. We'll let you know. That's what it is.
Right.
All right, man. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with a little bit of the juice. And then we'll be back with